Hello and welcome. Thanks for watching the video. We're doing a scissor cut 2-block blended haircut on this gentleman today. If you like what I do here, just leave a like, subscribe. It really helps me out. We will be using combs, of course, right here as I'm showing you, the thinning shears and the T-trimmer. Yes, we will not be using the regular haircut buzzers because this gentleman likes more of a blended look. Because some people like it not shaven because the scissor cut looks really natural. As you can see right here, we are sectioning it. It's very important to section it, so it won't be shaven, but it will have a nice natural scissor cutty look. So again, the clippers will not be used. This is not a 1, 2, 3 or whatever. A lot of it will be somewhat eyeballed. So just practice scissor combing over time. So scissor over comb is exactly what it means. You initially take the comb and you always need to make sure you comb down, and as you flip the comb over, you'll see in just a moment, but here I'm cutting the bangs just right above the eyes. It's usually really good at the brows because it's going to grow past that anyways, and it's going to be kind of uncomfortable. And again, this is not going to be your typical disconnected 2-block. You could almost call it a comb over or something like that, but it really is mainly a 2-block, just kind of scissor cutted. But I'll show you guys in just a moment. As you can see, the comb I'm using has really wide teeth. Now this gentleman has thinner hair, so maybe for like the longer sections in the back, the bigger comb may do a good job. I can kind of do it on the sides, but it's mainly for the bigger chunks. You're gonna see me right here. I am just lining it up around the ears. This haircut is relatively easy to do. It just takes some practice. Again, this one's not gonna involve any like fades or anything like that. I am being very gentle with the trimmer, and we're gonna use this comb. As you can see, the teeth are not very wide apart as the other comb, and since this gentleman's hair is a little bit thinner than the average Asian guy, you can see that it actually catches the hair a lot easier, and I can really cut it. Now you see what I'm doing? Every time I make a cut, I comb it back down so I can see how it naturally lays. When I comb up, I can grab the hair and cut it and shorten it, but make sure you always comb down so you see the natural length. And it's really hard to gauge how much length you're taking off. You usually just want to make sure that it is consistent with the color per se. And of course, always cross-check in the mirror. Here is desectioning, as you can see. Now, like the regular 2-block, it will be somewhat connected / disconnected. It's kind of weird, I know, but if you look at the sides, they are much shorter than the top. There is a slight hangover, but most of it is blended. Now, as you can see right here, a lot of times with people who want a scissor cut look, the back nape, the back of the head, will grow the fastest, and as you can see, it is kind of long, and if it would grow any further, it'd start growing past his ear. So I suggest if you're doing a scissor cut, always go really short in the back nape area. A lot of people really don't mind it, and just make sure you ask them. Plus it looks really nice, and it lasts a lot longer, so it doesn't like pop out behind your neck and past your ears. It's really uncomfortable. Now the scissor cut look is a really nice natural look. If you're that rebel growing up who was like, no mom, I don't want my haircut to be short, I want to keep it long, and then all of a sudden they put the stylist or barber puts the clipper to your head, and you're like, damn, like darn, I wanted to keep it long this whole time. The scissor cut is your jam. Yes, you get to keep the length, the nice natural look, plus as it grows out, it only becomes more flowier. The cool thing about this one, this cut, I actually really like it a lot. I don't get it done very often, only reason being is because a lot of people don't like the scissor cut because it is generally longer. Yeah, and with it generally longer means more frequent cuts. But with that being said, it still looks really nice. If you look at a lot of the K-pop models, if you notice, a lot of them don't actually have or singers or these Asian model haircuts, a lot of them don't actually have their sides shaven. Yeah, it's more of a normal regular people who don't get haircuts like, you know, 3 times a week. This gentleman comes in like once a month. His hair doesn't grow too crazy fast, but as you can see, like the regular 2-block, I'm cutting up the sides right here, and I will be slightly layering the top to have it blended. It is somewhat disconnected, but as time progresses and it grows out, it looks blended. There we go. Now, as you can see, I'm using the thinning shears again. Thinning shears is my best friend in the world. The thing is, when I do scissor over comb with regular shears, as I said before, it just cuts off the hair so chunkily, you know, because when you hit it with the thinning shears, as I always say, it not only texturizes the hair, it blends, and if you want to take off more length, just keep hitting it with the scissors, you know. So again, I'm combing the hair. Now you can see the 2 obvious longer lengths, you know, right above his ears, on the top of his head, right there. Now here I'm layering the hair. It is disconnected. There is 2 obvious lengths. There's, you know, where the side of his head, and you see the longer hairs that I'm cutting right there. Again, I always cut it at an angle, and when you cut it at an angle, you put nice layers in. Here we go. We're just gonna give it a nice brush. It's already looking so nice already. Now it's 1,000 times cleaner. We still get to keep the hair. Remember, with this haircut, cleaning it up around the ears is always good, because especially with scissor cuts, they tend to grow really fast touching the ears, and a lot of guys don't really like the hair touching our ears. So with his hair, it's quite thin. It's not like crazy. He's not balding, of course, but you know, the blow dryer works very fast on him. We're going to be sectioning it off, and you can see the 2 obvious lengths. Now he can style this like a mid part if he wanted to, but he is doing a kind of like a kind of a side part thing going on. It almost looks like a comb over. You could technically call it a comb over. I mean, it is combed over. But you know, but wouldn't you call that a undercut? Anywho, moving forward. So again, blow drying the hair. I am taking the brush, and what I do is I kind of like put the brush in and rotate out, as you can see right here, and I'm just going to repeat that process. It's going to create volume, it's going to bring out those layers, and I will be going back on the sides. But if you can kind of look right there, you see 2 obvious 2 lengths, but because I layered it, it looks blended almost. And we're just detailing it right here. It's looking really good. You can see the finger layers coming in. And again, cutting the hair when it's dry is just so important, because even though when we wet the hair and we're somewhat happy with it, when we see the hair dry, we actually see like the true product of how the haircut looks. And then you can always go back in it and do a double detailing. Like, the client always loves that. Now we're just, look at that. I love this. You know, using the T-trimmer, lining up everything. Isn't that nice? Like, I didn't even use the clippers at all. Boom, that's no hair product. No hair product. So you can pull it back with like the slick back, which looks really nice in itself. Using a mixture of clay and hairspray. I always mix it in my hands. Clay gives a nice matte look. The hairspray with the clay, you can have the hairspray in the base of the hair. Look at those layers, dang. Only with this scissors. And you see how it looks more natural? Now, I made it kind of short so that way it'd last longer, but as it grows out, it's just gonna look nicer. And oh, look at that, bam. Now that's just the pulled back look, which is a cool look in itself. He likes it parted, so we're gonna show you that parted look. Yeah, and just play around with it, but this is it right here. Boom. Oh my gosh, I am so proud of myself. He loves it. He has a great smile. No, my lighting right here is a little off on the after picture, but it looks great. This is the before, as you can see. Guys, remember to like, subscribe if you like what I do here. Just liking and subscribing makes me want to make more videos like this. If you want to see more content like this, he loves the haircut. It's not shaven, it's blended, it's scissor cutted, it looks natural. He wants that mixture of like, oh, I didn't get a haircut, but still looks clean at the same time, and it won't pop out over the years. Thank you so much. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.